Thanks for meeting, you guys. I wanted to talk about the specs we want on the new models, maybe talk a little bit about the different model options and everything after what we learned from Dell yesterday.
Okay.
And what I learned when you go shopping on the Dell site and you pick some things is, oh, well, if you want this option, you need that option, so it kind of tells you what things link together. I also got Neil's opinion on one thing. On the CPU options, historically, we've always only gone with the CPUs that have vPro capable.
Mm.
We've never done anything with it. Are you guys familiar with vPro?
No.
It allows remote management of the system at a BIOS level. So you could go in and you could actually see, at least the demo I had of it like 6 or 7 years ago, you could remotely see the BIOS screen. And in order to, move around and control it and stuff, if you get everything set up right. If we needed to, we could take remote control of a system at BIOS level and tweak changes. We can do that with Dell command line stuff. But Neil said he's wanted to do something with it for years, and he still wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of with him on it. It's kind of like for years I would only choose options that had IR cameras because I thought one day we'll use Windows Hello, and so that paid off. So hopefully vPro will too. That limits our CPU options a bit, and it ends up we typically spend about $200 more, but it's what we've been doing, so it's nothing. So hang on a second. Okay, so 7440, Latitude 7440.
Mm-hmm.
Precision 5680 or 5480, both. Latitude 7440 ultralight and Latitude 9440 2-in-1. I think these are all the options we've talked about so far, either with Dell or Alba you've expressed interest. So, here are my thoughts. This is from what I've learned and just my opinion. I think the two core models we should go with, core models, not the only ones, 7440 ultralight, 5680. I say ultralight because it's not much more when you factor in the different options. When you choose ultralight, the options change and everything. It ends up being something like $150 or $200 more. And it's a nice, I don't know what the end price is going to be after discounts. That might, force our hand. But, I'm all for having fewer variations, 74 ultralight loses almost a pound. Very slick. It's almost like a VIP thing. It's great for travelers, etc. And it's not a shiny object, but it's a plus. I would prefer the ultralight over the 9000 series, but and I don't know what the pricing is for the 9000 series. I think right. Is it much more?
Yeah, it's £1,680. So I don't know what that is currency. Let me just check.
Versus like how much more than 7440 is it approximately?
500 more.
Okay.
So on the ultralight, I do know about the ultralight. I was shown the ultralight as well when Dell came to visit me. Is the ultralight a lot more expensive though?
It's 150 or 200 more when all said and done.
Right.
Different options.
So
I guess
like
want to
the
know the final
ultralight
price,
too.
but, yeah,
it looks cool, but in terms of budget, because Neil and budget, he wants to make sure because I've got a refresh project I need to get done like by end of Q1 next year, and I want to make sure that we're in budget. So, I'm all for new technology and innovations and everything like that too, but I also have a budget that I need to make sure I'm hitting in terms of that. So,
of course.
That's the only thing.
That I would. My suggestion is we skip the 9000 and make the ultralight the VIP option.
Right.
That would cost us less money, and it's pretty great for travelers. It's a nice thing. Remember when you hold it, it feels like it's a toy, like they left out the motherboard or something. Anyway, that's my suggestion, but I'm fine with either one. But let's talk more specific specs now. So this is what I see for the 7440. Intel Core i7, i7 1365U. It's the model with vPro that
Mhm.
is the only i7 model with vPro. So that's our only choice.
Right.
And I'll put some stuff on screen so you can see. This is the Dell site with the different options. Now it's not. I'm assuming we're bound by these options even if we go through Dell or CDW or anything. But so we've got the i7 with vPro. For some reason, this keeps switching to 32 gig. When I switch to 16, it wants to go back to the i5. I don't know why. There's no way we're limited. But if we can get the
No, we shouldn't
i7,
be.
yeah,
We
well,
can get
i7 with
i7 16 gig, definitely.
I'm sure we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Then, because what's weird about this is when I make one change, things change that I don't want changed for no reason. And so when I go to when I'm on non-touch, it shows 2489. When I go to ultralight, it shows 22, shows less. That's because it lowered the RAM.
Is that a touch?
So this is non-touch ultralight.
The ultralight can't go to 32 gig though, right? And I think the battery's less.
Really? Is that so? Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, they can tell us, but what are the batteries? 57 watt hours, and on the non-touch, do I have different options? 57 watt hours. That's the same.
Okay.
Although that's interesting, we definitely want to ask them that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is the battery life less because it's lighter?
Yeah, I hope not. That would really suck. So okay, if we can do it, we want the vPro i7, we want 16 gig of RAM, 512 SSD, standard chassis, non-touch. Wait, is it working now? Oh, it went back to i5. Anyway, we want either FHD or 5 megapixel. I don't know what the difference is. Just different model IR cameras. vPro enabled, integrated graphics. Nothing else is special. So, I guess if ultralight ends up being with all the specs and everything, if it ends up being like 50 or 100 more,
that's worth it.
Yeah.
That's worth it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what they say after all the discounts and options. So that's what I think for the 7440. Mm-hmm.
On the UK side, I don't know if you guys have been offered try before you buy.
Yeah.
But I've put in for a try before you buy for the 9 series anyway. I just want to see how it looks, and I think Neil wants to have a look at it as well because he'll be in the office to have a look. We get it for like 90 days for 3 months, so it's kind of it's worth it. But I haven't got it yet.
We managed to get them to seed us a 5680, which means we get to keep it. So that's nice.
Yeah, you
got it for free.
Yeah, you got to ask for
They never give us anything for free.
Never.
For free?
And I was on their butt about free because they never give nothing free. You got to get the free seed.
They used to give so much shit in Jackson because that used to be our headquarters. The Dell people there were much more liberal with seating. Jamie still has a 38-inch curved screen from 5 years ago, which back then it was like over $1,000. They got nice toys. We never got any, so we nudged them a bit, and we're getting a 5680 for free. It looks like, yeah. And we have tried before you buy.
Ask for a seed, Alva. Ask for a seed. Tell them you use seed. You don't want no try before you buy. Give me a seed. Tell me you want a seed unit.
A seed, okay.
Yeah.
So actually, while on toys, Dell have a new portable monitor. I don't know if you've seen it.
USB-C portable monitor.
Yeah, and it's really, really light.
Yeah,
he brought it to the office back in October. He brought it. Yeah.
Is it like 19-inch or 20-inch or something? How big is it?
No, it's 14 inch.
15.
Oh, okay. It fits in a little sleeve. They sent one of those to us, and Chris Anderson got it. I had no use for it, and so I said, "Well, do you want it? You can have it." So Chris has it. Yeah.
I really want one, but we're getting a quote of 200 at the moment. I'm trying to get 100. So.
Ask them about
waiting on
that because they have a budget for seating, and that's an easy one. You know what I mean?
Is seating so can you do that on the UK side? Would they know that term?
Yep.
They should.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Tell me you need that because you're trying to get your VPs to get these as they try.
Yeah, I have done. I have to go back to them again because they haven't got back to me on a quote yet. I'm trying to get it for 100 because Neil said I can have it if it's for 100. So I'm trying to get it down to 100.
We spend so much money with them. That's the least they can do.
I know, right?
I mean,
yeah,
come on.
exactly.
We're spending $1 million a year or something, right?
I mean, I find it really handy because I did have a portable monitor screen, but it broke on me, and it was really handy when I was going back to Ireland and working at home because then I'd still have two screens. Or if you're on the train or like in a coffee shop or whatever, it's so handy to just plug it in and then you've got a second screen. And it's nice and slim, it's small, it's not too heavy. So in the airport, it's fine. That's why I liked it. So,
yeah. Cool.
Handy.
Yeah, for traveling, it's awesome. I rarely travel. If I do, I avoid the laptops if possible. Okay, so let's talk about 5480 versus 5680.
Right.
Vaughn, yesterday, which one is this? 5680, and I've got the 5480 up here. Yesterday, they said the max RAM, because on the 5470 and 5570, there was a max RAM of 32 gig on the smaller one.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said that's not a limitation on the 5480, but it looks like it is, if this site is correct, because the options here, max is 32.
Yep. That was the issue with the 14-inch Precision.
Yeah, so I don't think we can go with the
Nope.
54. We have to go with 54, 56.
In terms of like product managers and directors and stuff, they don't technically need 64 gig though, do they?
No, but people like Andy Shook and that whole crew of Andy Shooks, they will need them because they're gonna need the two bays for the internal drives because they can't have external drives.
The SEs.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna need the memory. So and Andy Shook, he's on the 5560. They're getting ready to start. They got like a year left on those.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
I mean,
then we'd have
we could buy a 14-inch, but then we would have it potentially sitting on a desk when someone else needs 64 gig of RAM. Sitting in a closet somewhere. So. Yeah, I think 5680 is going to be the majority of what our users need. Precision.
Have you seen the 5680?
Did we see it? Was there a 5680 there? Or was there 5480? I think one of them. No?
I don't think they had the 680.
Maybe it's a 5470.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, it's I think he said it is significantly different. In what way though? I mean, it looks pretty much the same.
Yeah, it just looks. I haven't seen 5570 though. To be fair,
I've got one right here. I mean, it's not that much different. It's nice. It's sleek. I'd show it to you, but I dropped the call.
You're using it.
Yeah, I'm using it. So let me see. So if we, so the specs we would want are. Typically, if there are like 3 i7 options, we always go with the middle one. In this case, the only vPro option is i7 13800. After that, it's i9, and before it, it's no vPro. Oh, wait, it is vPro. So we have 2 options. vPro. We've always gone, I know we've gone with the 800 version. In the 12th and 11th generation, we went, I think it was 11800. I don't know if it was H. So I tend to favor this, especially since our Precision users use more CPU. And I think this is what, see if this is what he already spec for us at CDW. Yes, it is. Yeah, so that's in line. This one is in line with what we've done in the past. So I tend to want to stick to it.
So
one of the gotchas. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I've done a few orders already for the 7440, and I've actually got the same specs that you have there, so we're good on the specs. On the 55, I don't think I've done any orders though for the 5680 yet, but on the 5570, I've gotten the specs i7, vPro, NVIDIA RTX.
NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's one of the gotchas with the new one. With the new one, if you want discrete graphics adapter, if you want, you got integrated with the Intel, and if you want the NVIDIA too, it requires higher power, which needs a new dock.
Right.
The one with 2 USBs. So it required DCS dock. That is almost a deal breaker. We could do it, but for the sake of just the graphics adapter, which we would also spend more on, we'd also need a new dock.
But we were also looking at just doing the monitor though. The dock, as in the monitor, would be everything. So the all-in-one monitor. Do you know
that wouldn't have enough power for it.
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't. Not for Precision 52 or 5680 with discrete graphics. It requires a new power adapter. A bigger power adapter, 165 watt instead of 130, and a 210 watt dock, and 2 USB-C connections for that power.
Oof.
So that sucks. I think the seed that we have coming is integrated graphics only, so we'll be able to see the performance. Because I think that's the only way we can do it, otherwise we have to swap out everybody's dock at home who has a Precision going forward. So that adds $200 and something to each Precision user's cost.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So if let me see, i7.
So he's putting. Have you seen the specs he put in?
Yeah. What did he put in? Did he put in the
Who is he?
Paul, the email from Paul.
Paul.
Oh, you weren't copied shit. I'm sorry. I'll forward it to you. Okay, 5680. He put in Intel integrated, and I think that's
integrated graphics.
Yeah, I don't think there's any mention of discrete here. Yeah. Okay, so that's good.
I think we could be okay with that one.
I hope so. It might feel a little bit more laggy, but the CPU won't, and it's just going to be a display thing. And I'm hopeful it'll be fine. But we'll see what it's like. I asked Eric from Dell. I kept asking him, kept nudging him, like, do you think he would notice a difference? Is it going to be a significant difference? What's your opinion? And he was basically just saying, he was basically saying you should get the discrete graphics adapter. But I don't know. He's still a little bit sure. Oh, okay. Funny thing also. So the Go2B Pro. No, wait. That's kind of stymied by this. Because I would have definitely wanted, it says 32 gig RAM. Why? Am I on 5480? That's why. Sorry. Wrong page. 5680. Okay. So i7 with vPro. Yep. And then this, and normal pilot, 64 gig. Intel integrated graphics. Yeah, it's fine. Change the adapter to less than one. That 16 1920 by 1200. We only need 4K, 64 gig, 1 terabyte class 40.
Hold on. Well, 1 terabyte. You already building it. Is it 2 bays on there? Because you're building this for those SCs who gonna require 2 terabyte
additional storage. Well, would that be? Are we doing that going forward? Everyone with a Precision gets 2?
No, one.
Just sometimes.
Just okay. Got a base. Does it have a second base option? But this does have second base, so we're good. Okay.
Yeah, so we're good. Let's see. And then back to the lower. 100 watt power adapter. Okay, that was 130. Okay. Well, that's doable.
So, I have to put an order in right now for refreshing new hires for the US because we're getting pretty low. Am I good to go with the 5680, the specs that Paul gave?
Yeah, let me compare. Compare to what we have on the page.
Because right now we're pretty low on Precisions, and I need to make sure we get an order in as soon as possible.
Yeah, it looks like we are good with what he put with his quote for the 5680. It matches everything on the screen that we have.
Integrated graphics too.
Integrated graphics, yeah. We haven't tried it, so we're just kind of hoping it's not going to suck.
Yeah,
but I think it'll probably be okay.
Because it seems like they upgraded. It seemed like they did a lot of upgrades. So things.
Well, one advantage to having discrete graphics is you can drive more screens, but with the Intel integrated, you can still drive 3 screens. I know you can do at least that, which should be fine for the most. I mean, that's I can't imagine if people have more need than 3 screens. Then I mean, I don't know if we even want to say we support that. So, okay, yeah, I think you're good with Paul's spec on the 5680. I think just make sure it comes with Windows 11, right? I don't know if he has an option, but he said Windows 10.
He needs to change that. Yeah, he needs to change that to Windows 11.
That might cost us more.
So on the 7440, am I good to just for now order the 7440 instead of the Lite, or will I get a comparison?
Let me see. Well, you mean like
I have to order
specs?
25.
Okay. Let me just compare the specs real quick to what I looked up.
The ultralight and normal 7440.
Mm-hmm. With the ultralight, I think there was another. I mean, if we get the if the only difference is the ultralight, but all the other specs are the same, then ultralight too. HD and IR. I'm just looking at Paul's specs. Cell 65 watt Intel. Okay. Fingerprint. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. All devices have to have IR cameras and fingerprint readers. And let me make sure that the fingerprint reader. Palmer's with fingerprint. Yeah, it has fingerprint. So does the 7440. So that's good. And sec. Yeah, okay. All specs are fine on both, except Windows 11.
Windows 11. Do you want me to get a quote on the ultralight as well?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have it as an option. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do we want to have it as an option completely, just so you can forget about it and just go with 9,000? What do you think?
Well, we're going to test the 9000 here. I mean, we could also test an ultralight 7440 as well.
As far as I know, it's the only difference is the chassis. So it's as far as testing, it's exactly the same as the 7440.
Right.
I mean, unless there's a battery difference. Doesn't look like
I can check on it. I think for now, I know that I've ordered 7440s for UK and Netherlands already, so they're on order. So we do have 7440 in the environment coming anyway. So I guess for this, I'll order it because we need them kind of quickly. I'll do the 7440, but I'll also get a quote for the ultralight and compare that way too.
Okay.
So we can still have the option.
Are we agreed? No Precision 5480?
Yeah, no, because it doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. I'd be curious to know the price difference with the ultralight if it ends up being minimal after.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know. Cool. So basically, same specs, just ultralight. That's the difference, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I'll get back to him.
Thing. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Great. Any other thoughts? I mean, we don't want new docks, obviously.
If you do get another portable monitor, you can ship it my way.
I will happily. It might take a month to get there. Who knows? The customs send me, but I'd be happy to.
Yeah, the US might cost a bomb, but I don't know.
Maybe
I've never
ask Suzanne
actually
to try the seed, and if you can't get a seed, we can ask our Dell rep to nudge that Dell rep.
Okay, sweet. Okay. So how do I say it? Just be like, could we seed this or?
Yeah, tell them what you're trying to do. Tell them you're trying to get your executives to go to these for travel, so you need a seed.
Well, to me, that sounds like a try and buy would be appropriate. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Because a seed is a gimme. A seed is a gift.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to say, hey, my U.S. counterparts mentioned that they've been seeded portable monitors in the past. Is that possible over here?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it.
Because it's true. It's true. They gave us 1 or 2 of them in the last 3 or 4 years.
I've only seen one with Chris.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
They need to get on it here.
Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Have a good day and good weekend.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all.
See you later.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.